Hey guys, so welcome back to the Nerd House. I'm Fantasy Nerd. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out my channel. So, it is Saturday morning. So, happy weekend, good morning. And of course, what does that mean? Another episode of Nerd Talk. So, we have a lot of stuff. I don't even know where to begin. Like this is going to be my best episode yet. So I have a surprise for you guys. So, on this episode, we're going to be talking about some Funko Pops that are coming out. We're going to do the rundown of comics, as always. And then, yesterday, I was able to get an interview with the owner of Undiscovered Realms. They let me come there. I interviewed him. They let me take a video, and I walked around the whole store. So you're going to see that. You're going to see every inch of the store, all of the awesome products they have, and then I'm going to sit down with the owner, Chris, and I got to interview him, which was awesome. We had a great time. He even sent me a picture, which I'm going to post up during the interview. Sent me a picture of what the store looked like originally when they first opened back in, he mentions it in there, I think it was back in 2012, 2011, somewhere around there, maybe a little further back, but actually no, it was further back, because in 2012 they had a lot of pop figures. But anyway, you're going to want to see that. That is going to be awesome. But before we could do anything, before we can even get into this, we have to talk about the monster. Alright, so we all know Monster Energy is the greatest energy drink ever made. Quite possibly the greatest drink in existence of all drinks. If anyone tells you different, do not associate yourself with those people. You do not need that negativity in your life. You are better than that. And if anyone tells you that Red Bull is better than Monster, I give you permission to smack them. Because we all know that Monster is and always will be the greatest energy drink ever made. Ever put on God's beautiful earth. Alright? This is perfection right here. So, this is a new flavor. This is Monster Energy Ultra Fiesta. No sugar. And I'm going to give it a shot. My first time drinking this one. I really hope it's good. Actually, yes it is. That is not bad. It's sweet, but not too sweet. There's no sugar, which you wouldn't think it with how it tastes. But I like it. That is very, very good. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, Funko Pops. So New York Comic Con is over. Alright. I just got an email that what I ordered shipped out. I'll have it Thursday. Next Saturday, when I do Nerd Talk, I will show that off. Cannot wait to get it. And for anyone watching, if you got anything from Funko Shop, if you were in the lottery for the Funko, the New York Comic Con Pops, feel free to, if you could post a picture in the comments, go for it. You can find me on Instagram. Excuse me. My link for my Instagram is on my YouTube. If you want to post a picture on there and tag me in it, that would be awesome. I would love to see what you guys got. Alright, so let's get this started. Sorry, my throat is throat's a little dry. Let's see, it's 8:37 in the morning. I woke up, I've been up since 7:30. And there we go. So, soda can pops. Love the soda can pops. I have 4, 8. I got about 20, maybe a little more. Don't even have all the ones I want. Don't even have all the ones that I want yet. But soda can, we have, and I'm gonna post a picture. Ghostbusters Marshmallow Puff. Bebop from Ninja Turtles, Merman, Roger Rabbit, The Flash, and Secret Squirrel. Cannot wait for those to come out. Bebop and Roger Rabbit, definitely want those. Alright, now we got the regular Pops. First, we have Starship Troopers. Gene Raska, Warrior Bug, Ace Levy, Rico in the Jumpsuit, Carl Jenkins. Then we have, and this is an awesome one. Alright, I was shocked when I saw this. If anyone remembers, any of you 80s, 90s kids, even now, the game Clue. Well, Retro Toys, Clue, Funko Pops is doing the whole thing with Retro. Clue is coming out. We got, guys, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm good. So we have Clue. Professor Plum with the rope. Miss White with the wrench. Miss Scarlet with the candlestick. Mr. Green with the lead pipe. Miss Peacock with the knife. Once I see these for pre-order on anywhere, any site, I'm pre-ordering them. I don't know when they're coming out. I would guess not till after Christmas, but I am going to pre-order them now because that's going to be awesome. Then we have ad icons. A lot of good ones here. Alright, so we have Spam, Coca-Cola can, Coca-Cola bottle cap, donuts, the white powder donuts, Mr. Peanut, Kool-Aid Pack Red, Kool-Aid Pack Blue, which is a Hot Topic exclusive. Then we have Slushy Dog. We got the regular one, we got the flocked, and we got the scented, and then we got Hawaiian Punch Guy. Also, Bob's Big Boy Shop and Oscar Mario Wiener Truck, which is really cool. Alright, I like all of those. Again, there's so many Pops that you want, and you just, where do you put them all? You run out of room so fast. Like my parents, when I move out, when I get my own place, I'm single, not married, no kids. I would love a house with like 3 rooms, 4 rooms, and my parents, they're like, why do you need so many rooms when you're by yourself? I was like, well, my bedroom, and then all the other rooms are going to be for my Pops and Monster Energy. Alright, and I'm not joking. Alright, so, and when I get married, and then, okay, I'm going to need maybe 5 or 6 rooms. Alright, so she could have her stuff, and then the rest of the rooms, my Pops, my Monster Energy, and any other stuff that I, pop culture stuff that I get. Yep, so there we go. Alright, so next we have V. It's a 1983 TV show. I've never heard of it. Mike Donovan, Diana, Visitor Supreme Commander, and Alien Exposed. That comes out January 2021. Alright, next we are going to do... we're going to take it over to Undiscovered Realms. Alright guys, so this is Undiscovered Realms. When you first walk in, you have all their high-end Pops, which is in a case right here. And we got 3 cases full. They got a lot of cool stuff. Signed Pops. Here's Elvis one, 2300. We got some more down here. They got a lot of Game of Thrones. a lot of Disney. Okay, then we got a lot of Dragon Ball. We got Stranger Things, Walking Dead, Funko Hollywood Freddy, Batman, Babe Ruth. We got some more over here. Brady and Nikki Bella, which is that's a hard one to get. All right, then you turn to your right. Actually, we'll go this way. Then we come over here, and we have a bunch of action figures. These are, as you can see, they got the old school Ninja Turtles in the back for all my 80s, 90s viewers. The good old days. And we got this over here. Alright, now we're going to make our way. Oh, we got some stuff up there. Now we come over to the action figures. These are. So, I think it was last week's video, I talked about the company NECA. Well, here's their these are their figures. Nightmare on Elm Street. You got. See, they don't just do not just these, but they even have these also. All right, we got some Ninja Turtles. Some action figures down here. Godzilla, Michael Myers. This one right here, that one I want to pick up, along with this one and that Pennywise. Eventually, I'm going to get them. You got Chucky, that I'll never pick up. Anyone that knows me knows I do not care for Chucky or Annabelle or dolls in general. Alright, we got some more figures over there and some stuff on the ground. Alright, now we come over here. And again, we got more figures and they got puzzles down here. All different kinds of puzzles. You got Harry Potter, The Shining, Bob's Burgers. You got the board games on the bottom. We got some more action figures up here. They're really big on action figures, which is cool. Golden Girls. Alright. The turtle car. Then you come over here. I'll back up. We got Warhammer 40,000, Blood Bowl, all your tabletop games, and some more board games. Alright, then we got the D&D figures. We got the paper pencil, D&D books, Warhammer, Pathfinder, D&D Pathfinder, and then you got the Warhammer books for the tabletop. There's more Blood Bowl. You got all the paints right there. And you got the cards. Alright, after you do that, then come over here. This is my favorite part of the store. All the pop figures. So you saw the high-end ones. These are the ones that I would say are probably like 50 and under. The ones that they could leave out. Alright. Oh, these are all pops. We got more over here. Bigger ones there. Alright, and then when you come to the front, you got your collectible card games. You got the singles are in the case over here. And then right up back here, you got everything. Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Star Wars, Final Fantasy. And then, of course, we got more pop figures. And you've got the cases to buy them too, to put them in.
Mom, you can buy.
Okay, soda pop cans, the advent calendar ones, pop pez,
He wasn't putting anything in.
and then you got your plush, and then we got the mystery blind bag ones, which are really cool. It's not just Funko, it's
They're somewhere. There's no way.
Kid Robot and
Yeah,
Funko, Kid Robot, and any other company that makes them. And there we go, guys. All right, so now that we've done this, we're going to go over and we're going to do an interview with the owner. All right. Hey, guys, so this is Fantasy Nerd, and we are at my favorite comic shop that I'm always bragging about, Undiscovered Realms. And I'm with
Chris.
Chris, there we go. This is the one of the two owners, and just going to ask a couple of questions, and we're going to get to know him, and you're going to get to know Undiscovered Realms. So first, what made you want to open up a comic shop?
Well, when we were kids, myself and Ralph, and a couple of our other good friends, we started playing Magic. I started playing around 1995. I think it started in 94-ish, so a little before me. But anyway, we started playing Magic at Dragon's Den. You know Dragon's Den, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
Right? So, and I've lived in Yonkers my whole life, so that was like our local school. Yeah. So, so that's where we met, probably around 97-ish, and a lot of our really good friends, still to this day, that's how we met, playing Magic, and as kids. We were like 11, 12, 13, I don't even know anymore.
That's around the time I got into it too.
Yeah, so we're probably around the same age. I'm 36 right now.
37. There you go.
So I'm going to be 37 in December.
There we go.
So so that's like basically what happened, and we played for a lot of years, and then Dragon's Den closed. A lot of the other stores stopped doing Magic, so we kind of got out of it for a little while, and then over the years everything started shutting down, and there were no real stores left around here for a while. So we decided, we always wanted to do it. We talked about it since we were kids. It's something we really liked, and we're also big collectors, so it made sense all around, not just with Magic, but with everything. And one day we just decided to open it, and we kind of took the leap, and we did it. And we started with when I say like a shoestring budget, I mean like literally almost nothing. We put our own collections in, and a small amount of money, and we have two other smaller partners that aren't involved in the day-to-day, but they helped with the initial startup
kind of like
and stuff
silent
like
partners?
that. Yeah. And then we did it, and we started with almost nothing. I can send you pictures if you want to splice it in of like the store when we first opened at our original location, because I like looking back on those. It's really funny.
Oh, sure, yeah.
To like see how
I will put them in.
To see how empty the store was, like when we started, it's crazy, and now we just have no room. So it's and we never really put much more money into the store. We just worked really hard, and just whatever little profit we made, we put it back in. We ordered a little more, and it's been 9 years. But now, we moved about 3 years ago to this bigger location, and now, we're really still expanding this. As you can see, this used to be a little table space.
Yeah.
And we're still going to have some table space, but who knows when we're going to be able to run tournaments again, So for now, we're putting up all the stuff on the walls, and we pretty much doubled the amount of stuff we have, and we're going to continue to add.
Oh, yeah, but it's awesome. You guys have everything.
No, thanks. That's what we're trying. Like before we were doing an interview, we were talking, and as I said, our biggest issue right now is just fitting everything, because we would love to be like a one-stop shop for everything. But we're limited by how much stuff we can fit on the walls. But we do have a website, so
yeah, I was just going to get into that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get into that whenever you have a question. Yeah, but we've always had a website, obviously. But with the pandemic this year, we really, we were forced off the road because we do a lot of Comic Cons and stuff all over the country.
Yes.
And that shut down. So we really, at the beginning of this, I saw the writing on the wall. So we really just doubled down and redid our whole website, really revamped it, and invested heavily into that. And it's been good. It kept us alive, and continues to. So. What's good with that, though, is even if we necessarily now don't have something in the store, we can still put it on the website and sell it. And if somebody wants to pick it up, we could always bring it over. We have like a small warehouse space where we keep our extra stuff.
So this isn't where everything is?
It was until very recently. But it just, when we started expanding and carrying more stuff, there was just nowhere to keep all the boxes build up, so we needed to rent us a place. And now that's packed. So So we need even more space. But we can get into that later because we're doing something with my other business later in the year. So.
Well, now with the pandemic, has that helped?
Yeah, no, I mean, like,
all the stores
life
were
or
shut
death.
down.
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard. We couldn't have customers, but we were allowed to, still come in and ship orders out and things like that. So even though we couldn't have customers in the store, we were able to at least work
still making
ourselves.
sales, and we could still shop and buy for
which
you guys.
honestly, I mean, a lot of stores didn't make it through, so I feel
I know
horrible
that.
for them. But luckily we were able to scrape by, and honestly, now that everything's fine tuned, one other benefit, even though we weren't able to do all the conventions around the country, usually I was away so much that when I was here, there was no time to do everything. So since we were stuck home for months and months and months, I was able to, not just do the website, but we revamped everything. We really dialed. That's why we were able to expand the store. So we were able to do a lot more that we never would have been able to get to. So as sad as it is,
something good came out.
Yeah, exactly. And
this
again,
mess.
as sad as it is for a lot of other places, we were lucky that.
Again,
I want to stretch it out. Yeah, we were able to capitalize on it, not in the sense of using it for good, but we were able to find a silver lining,
Exactly.
And it's we've been better than we were before lately.
Yes.
So that's good.
Yeah, because for those who are watching, before this happened, none of this stuff was here. I mean, this store was
this
big,
whole wall
but
back
now
there,
it's like, wow.
Yeah, thanks.
So, Funko. Are you a fan of Funko?
Of course,
that's my big thing.
Well, yeah,
other than Magic.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we're all collectors here. Like I said, that was one of the things. We started. Obviously, Pops have only been around for about 9 or 10 years now.
Yeah.
And we got into them pretty early. We didn't get in. So I'll be completely honest. When Pops first came out.
Oh, you're always honest here. Yes. Be brutally honest.
In 2011, I'm a big Simpsons collector. I love the Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
And action figures. I was a big vinyl toy collector, like Kid Robot and things like that.
Okay.
And when the Pops came out, they weren't the best. The paint jobs were really bad. Some of the designs were really wonky. They were just kind of cheap.
And you're talking about like the original.
The original.
Oh, because I came into the party late.
Okay, yeah. So and the Simpsons, like in particular, the reason I bring those up is they just look horrible. They don't look like the ones that are coming out now are nice, but the original line, I hated the design. I just hated everything about it, and it turned me off to Pops in general.
Oh. Okay.
And so we didn't get in right away.
Okay.
And what's funny now is like all these Pops are like hundreds, thousands of dollars, and you used to in 2011 you could go to like Barnes and Noble and they'd be on clearance for like $3 because no one was buying.
You guys have the original Winnie the Pooh, which I'm dying.
Yeah. Some of them
$1,000.
Yeah, exactly. They're crazy now, but you could just walk into a store and find all that stuff. And so we didn't get in right away. Once they started to get a little better and the designs got nicer, they started making different lines. We got into it probably around 2012, late 2012. So about a year and change after they started. So we missed that initial wave, but we have been doing it for a really long time.
Okay.
So inevitably they make so many different licenses that no matter who you are, you're gonna find something. Yeah, and that's what sucks people in. It doesn't matter, even if it's like some 80s movie that only 20 people like. They probably are gonna make a pop for it eventually.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I guess I gotta get this one, right? So. We're all big collectors of Pops as well, and we like them. It is hard when you deal with thousands of them every week. It does take some of the enjoyment out of it because you're just so used to seeing them. But
this is your home, this is your store. So
it's like
you have
they
anyway.
say mechanics never want to look at their own car, right? It's because you just see all this stuff so much. It desensitizes you a little bit. But at the end of the day, when a cool new one comes out and it's something you really like, you still get excited.
Yeah, I'm sure when you're on any social media and Funko is like, okay, coming soon.
Yeah.
You're like the rest of us, like, oh my god, I can't believe they're making it.
And sometimes we get to see some of them a couple months before they get announced because we have to put orders in, right? So we're not allowed to say any of them. But but we don't get to see the pictures. They just send like a list.
Oh, the names. Yeah. I've seen them leaked.
Sometimes they leak. Yeah. So
Barnes and Nobles gets leaked a lot.
Yeah, because they go into the system and then
and then someone takes a picture of it. Yep.
Exactly. So
thank you, Instagram.
There's stuff like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I love that show. And I saw that those were coming out a couple months ago. I was super excited for that because there's no toys for that at all. And that's one of the cool things with Pops that I really love is that I have a big action figure collection too. But what I like about the Pops is like you can have like 50 different genres, but all in the same line. They all fall into the same type of collection.
Yes.
Because before that, it was like, okay, you had a couple vinyl toys, you had a couple action figures, you had a couple of this, you had a couple of that, and they all, stood out. But this is like one unified collection with like every different movie you love, TV show, sports, music. It's cool. So
now, what do you think of? So you got the Funko Pops. Well, let's talk about that for a second. So you got the giant ones. You got medium. You got the normal size. You got the small. The big ones. What is your?
So you're talking like the 20-inch, like the big ones. 10-inch.
I think it's too much.
Well,
what do you think?
Yeah. So I mean, again, being on like the bigger they get, the less they sell. In terms of volume, because like
where do you put
they're
them?
more money, people don't have space. You know, that's the biggest issue with the pops is space. You know, it's just like I said with the store, they are cheap. You know, most of them are $9 or $10, $12, depending where you buy them from. Only 9 here, so people accumulate big collections really quickly. So you really have space for those. So the bigger ones don't sell as well. I like when they do the 6 inches when it makes sense, like Andre the Giant from wrestling or something like that. Like he should be bigger than the other ones, right?
Absolutely. Or Thanos.
Thanos, things like that. That makes sense. When it makes sense. The 10-inch were cool at the beginning, but now they're kind of overdoing it a little bit. But again, for sure, right? But in certain, again, they do make sense with certain pops.
Yeah. Now I think you're getting carried away.
Yeah, but the 18-inch are gigantic, but one thing, I like those better than the 10 in the sense that, like, all right, let's say, they only make them for very few things right now. They've only made Groot, Batman, and Pikachu, and Harry Potter. So those are all
that's
like,
going to sell.
Yeah, exactly. But they're all like collections that people really have big collections of. Like Batman, there's hundreds of Batman pops at this point. So if you have one Batman there to like be the centerpiece and then have the other ones around it or something, I think that's cool.
Okay, that works.
I don't think there's going to be somebody who's going to collect 100 18-inch pops, right? But I don't think they're going to make that many. So I think they do have their place. I prefer the 18-inch over like a million 6-inch and 10-inch.
Now, what about the mystery the mini blind bags?
Those are
cool.
Those
are some of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like those. And going back to what I said, I used to be a big like vinyl toy Kid Robot loyal subjects collector, and I still am. But so I have like all the Simpsons minis from that.
Kid Robot, they're the ones that started the blind bags. Am I right?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, they're big in like
Funko.
Japan and stuff. Like no, but like Kid Robot didn't really start them either. But they kind of were one of the first ones that really blew up.
Okay.
Before pops, but they have like they're a little higher quality, but they're like double the price also. So the mystery minis from Funko fall into a nice category because they're only like $6 or $7. So and
some
they're
of them
cool.
do jump up.
Yeah, no, they do. Like any of the chase
nice.
ones. Like if you're watching at home and you don't realize how they work, you know, you don't know which figure you're getting. But there's some that are common, and then there's some that could be like one in every 100 boxes or something. So and those could be hundreds of bucks if you want.
I've done unboxings on my YouTube channel, and if you get lucky, it's nice.
Yeah. Yes. So I like those too. I think that everything has its place. You know, there's different collectors. When you get in trouble is when you're like the type of collector who wants to have everything. And I think you have to have rules for yourself. Like I'm only going to collect these lines. And if you're going to be like, I'm going to get every single one, you can only do that with like one collection or two collections. You know? Because like, you know, Dragon Ball Z, I think there's something like 45 or 50 different Gokus and 50 different Vegetas. And
on top of the other couple hundred.
And like Carlos who works here, he just sold them all. We bought the collection from him a couple weeks ago, but he had every single one, every Dragon Ball pop ever made. And it was like ridiculous. It was like, you know, 150 pops, and 100 of that 150 are like Goku and Vegeta, right? It's crazy. Yeah. So you have to be careful with that. And when new people come in, because they are so cheap, like I was saying before, they kind of go overboard and they start buying, and we tell them, even though I'm
guilty. Done that.
But even though we're in, it's a business and we're trying to sell stuff, you know, we see the right. You know, I've seen this so many times. We tell them, slow down. You know, because what's going to happen is you're going to have to sell a bunch of these. You're going to have to you're going to run out of space. Just slow down. Make sure you're only buying the ones you really love, or you know, you have a focus because it never works out right. You know, so. But yeah, again, going back to what you were saying, everything has its place, I guess.
Yes. One of the so another question I wanted to ask is, so you've been to Comic Cons.
Yeah.
Which ones have you worked at, or have you visited them all?
No. There's so many now. Well, before this, right? But who knows?
This year
who knows when they come back? How many are even going to be coming back? Right? But,
I know you've been to New York because I saw you there last year.
Yeah, we do. So aside from being attendees, you know, before the store opened, we would always go to New York and some of the smaller ones. Once we started doing them as vendors, you know, we don't go to the West Coast because we have to drive because we have to bring all the stuff. So we have a van and a trailer.
So flying isn't even an option for you?
No, it's impossible. We have to drive with a big 20-foot trailer and a van with all the pops and things like that, and the racks that we set up. So we really go on the East Coast. The furthest we go is about Chicago, And then we've gone as far as New Orleans before, but we don't really do it anymore because it's like a 25-hour drive. It's brutal.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just and it's always in January, so like you don't know if you're gonna run into a blizzard or it's really sketchy. So Chicago's about as far as we go, but we do anywhere from like 20 to 30 shows a year as vendors.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and but it's a lot of work. It was fun, but it's exhausting because you're traveling so much. You're always away. It's a lot of setting up and doing the shows themselves are fun, but the driving and the setting up and the breaking down that's the not so fun part. And you get to hang out with your friends. You make friends with other vendors. You get to see them. So, but as far as shows we've done, I mean, it would take forever to list them all. But some of my favorites. I'm not gonna make you go through that. Some of my favorites for sure are New York Comic Con, which it's just. There's no show anywhere as big as that, right? Like even San Diego, as big as it is, it's not as big,
So you're saying, because I've never been to San Diego Comic Con, I did do New York last year. You're saying is New York bigger than San Diego? Yeah, so it's weird. So like New York has more people than San Diego because San Diego has a hard limit. Or more visitors?
Both. Because,
really?
Because New York, San Diego, the convention center there, it's only so big, so they have a very hard limit on how many people they can sell tickets to.
I didn't know this.
I want to say they're around 100. Don't quote me on this, but somewhere in this ballpark, around 160,000 people, and I think New York is well over 200,000 now.
Cool.
And
I learned something new today. So
but the cool thing about San Diego is it's more of a media show because it's in the summer. So all the movies that are coming out for the summer have big panels there. So all the guests the studios fly all the guests in. The TV shows that are starting in the fall, they have panels. So a lot of that stuff because New York's later in the year, it misses a lot of that stuff. Yeah. So it's not as many huge panels, even though they do have some big ones like Walking Dead always premiered there and stuff like that.
In September.
Yeah, and but I think New York is a bigger shopping show. People fly in from other countries and stuff like that just to go to the vendors.
Just to buy stuff.
Yeah, so they're both huge mega shows. C2E2 in Chicago is probably my favorite show.
Okay.
And that's run by the same people that run New York Comic Con, Reed Pop.
All right.
And I really love Chicago. And that show, it's in the biggest convention center in the country, basically. So it's not quite as big as New York, but it's still over 100,000 people.
Is that as close as you would say you could get to a New York Comic Con?
Yeah, besides like San Diego, I think there's other shows that are in that ballpark. But what I like about this one is, you've been to New York. You're like this. You can't move. You want to go to the bathroom.
I went on a Thursday.
Okay, and Thursday's still bad though. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on that first day, and that was rough. So I can imagine the weekend.
Yeah, so it gets worse and worse, and so it's hard to get around. It's hard. C2E2 is a ton of people. There's a huge amount of booths, but you can kind of like walk around like this, and you still have room because the convention center is so big. And that's really nice. And it's one of the first shows of the year, so it's nice to get back into the swing of things. It's usually around March. And see all the vendors that you're friends with you haven't seen since, shows basically stop around November until February or March because you can't really travel in the winter and the holidays and things like that. So I really love that show. And we got lucky this year that we were able to do that one like the week before everything went to hell and everything shut down. So it was really weird for us because we were at a show with 100,000 people and then the next week the entire country's shutting down, So it's just such a big shift, So, but I'm really, really glad we got to do that because that was our first show back after three months off the road. So if that hadn't happened, we'd be at a year right now without doing anything. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting. So I got two more questions for you. Other question. So I remember when you guys were on Central Avenue and you had a smaller shop. You moved here, bigger shop.
Yeah.
Where's Undiscovered Realms going, future-wise?
Well, so
anything you could tell us?
No, I mean I would love, like we could always use more space, right? The thing with this is it's hard because like you don't really make a lot of money on pops and collectibles. The margins are very low. We try to be really affordable at like $9 or so. So we really only make like $2 on a pop. And that's before, a staff or somebody that has to work and fill the boxes, somebody who has to get the shipments when they come in, unpack them, and then when you get damaged ones, you have to, you lose that value right there.
Yep.
So you don't really make a lot. So, and being that we're in New York, rents are through the roof. If we were in the middle of the country somewhere, we could have 10 times the space.
If you were anywhere other than New York,
basically,
yeah.
So those things combined make it hard to sell collectibles here. So we would love to have more space, but that's a major concern because if you expand too much, you're just going to go out of business. There's only so much you can do. So
I've seen a few shops go out,
and that's what happens. They
can't afford.
Yeah, and
they're not making money.
And they don't build up fast enough, or they get in over their heads, right? So, we have a good amount of space here, and we've been trying, like you saw earlier, we were trying to like squeeze every inch out of the place.
Well, it seems like you guys are always getting. I've never seen you guys going backwards.
Yeah,
I always see you going forward.
That's what we try to do. So I don't know what the future holds. We're going day to day, week to week at this point. We're trying. The web thing, we've definitely expanded a lot, like we said, and our next step probably, we need a bigger warehouse or storage, and then we'll go from there. I would love to have a store that's like 2 times the size of this.
That would
maybe
be
2.5
awesome.
times the size, because
then
the tables take up more
figures,
space.
more
We can
pops.
put up more stuff. We can have more tables out all the time. We can do bigger tournaments. Maybe we'll get there. But for now, until things settle down in the world, we're just gonna make the best we can where we are.
Now, on top of, so you guys sell products. When you do tournaments, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, any of that, does that help? Like Warhammer, stuff like that?
Well,
those games?
So going back to why we started the store is because that's what we used to do. That's where we all met each other. So it's more a labor of love. You really don't, going back to what I was saying before, you don't really make a lot off of it. Doing a tournament, you might make like $2 a person.
So that's more for...
It's more for the players.
The guests.
Yeah, it's for the community. And for us too. We like to see everybody.
But money-wise, it's...
Yeah, it's not really, it wouldn't make it...
It's not a benefit for you, just
if you were looking at it from strictly a money standpoint, if we took all the tables out and just put more racks in and we could sell more stuff, it would be 10 times more valuable.
Yeah.
But again, that's not why we started the store.
Exactly.
We're here for the community. We love seeing everybody. These are people that either we were friends with, we've become friends with over the years. And like I said, when we started playing, none of us knew each other back in Dragon's Den, right? We all met each other. We've been friends for 25 years now. And the same thing's going to happen here. Like people that don't know each other, maybe 25 years from now, they're going to be friends. And
I've been coming here since you guys had that shop.
And we're talking about almost 9 years. Since we started, and that's the thing. So all these people are going to meet each other, become friends, and things like that, and that's really cool to us. And that's one of the main things. So it's not always about money. You got to stay in business. You don't want to close, but at the same time, you got to find that balance. So
Absolutely.
We're here for the community. And,
I've been to shops where there are no. It's strictly you go in, you shop.
Yeah,
there is no tournaments or anything. And I understand it because it is hard. It does take up it takes up half the store. And it's hard, but it's something that we feel strongly about. And it sucks because we haven't done a tournament since March. And who knows when? I don't even know if there'll be another one this year. It's we're playing it by year, but eventually
hopefully eventually they come back and hopefully people still want to play them.
You just gotta be patient.
Yeah, and we're not going anywhere.
Magic is not going anywhere thanks to Arena. So you'll definitely be doing Magic tournaments before you know it.
Yeah, hopefully everybody still wants to play.
Now, other than this, you also have another business. You own a tattoo shop.
Yeah. So
talk about that a little bit.
Cool. Yeah. So that's the tattoo shop's about 13 years old now. It's called Addicted to Ink. It's also local. It's in White Plains. If you're watching this and you're local, and
that's right next to Westchester
Mall.
Right next to the Westchester Mall, right off of 287. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
Right next to a diner, which has really good food also.
Yeah. So we've been there for 13 years, and we're lucky. We have 9 or 10 artists, really great artists. We're one of the biggest shops in the area. Everybody does a ton of stuff, and we love doing like nerdy and geeky stuff as well. Even though we do all styles, but a lot of our guys there are big toy collectors, big anime fans. So we get to do a lot of that stuff, which is cool. So that was our first business, and that pays the bills, and then that enabled us to be able to open this because it took us years and years and years to, like I said, we started with such a small budget that we weren't making a profit or anything like that. We were just putting it back in the business, and if we didn't have other jobs or other sources of income to pay the bills, we would never have been able to do this. So that's cool. And we also run the tattoo convention at the county center.
Yeah, I was just going to say, talk about your convention.
Yeah, so that's another business, even though it ties in, but it is its own thing because it's 6 months of work. It's basically its own job in itself. And then so we do that every September.
And that's at the White Plains County Center. Anyone who likes tattoos or is any way interested, definitely check it out. It is an awesome convention.
Yeah.
And a lot of celebrities too.
Yeah, we try to bring in some guests, but there's tattoo artists from all around the world. We have a couple hundred tattoo artists. It's a 3-day event, and you can come and get tattooed, or you can come and just watch. You can buy art, T-shirts. It's kind of like a Comic-Con, but with less vendors and more artists. But there are vendors. So we do that every September, and then in the springtime-ish, early summer, we run the Undiscovered Realm Comic Con at the same building.
Yep.
And unfortunately, neither of the shows happened this year. Obviously.
Yeah.
But we hope when things calm down, we can get back to business.
Oh, you will, and their comic convention is awesome too. Really good.
So we do that, and we also have some T-shirts that we make and things like that. So really, it's like 5 different businesses. There's overlap. We found ways to make them all work together. And then, speaking of that, going back to what I was saying earlier, we're actually moving the tattoo shop, but only right up the road. It's going to be closer to the Galleria area. Probably in January, and one exciting thing about that is going to be a much bigger space because we have two shops right now in the same strip where we are.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's going to be under one roof. It's going to be bigger than the two combined, but it has a huge basement. The basement's probably at least the size of this store. So we're going to use that as like a warehouse for here and
really
shipping
cool.
and stuff like that. So that'll help us, and it'll be nice to have everything under one roof because I got to run back and forth a lot of times. And all of us do,
Mm-hmm.
So being able to have everything under one roof, or not everything, but some of it, will help a lot. So that'll be exciting. We just started this week doing the renovations over there, like rebuilding everything from the ground up. It's going to be a brand new shop, bigger and better. So hopefully in January that'll come around.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys for letting me do this interview.
Anytime.
I'm always talking about Undiscovered Realms and wanted you guys to meet the owner, see the shop. If you're not from New York or you can't get here, what's the name of your website?
UndiscoveredRealm.com, not plural, just undiscovered, REALM.com. And that's open 24 hours a day. We ship all over the world.
All right, so definitely shop on their website. If you can make it here, let them know if you saw this on my video. Makes me look good.
Mention Fantasy
and there we go. But
cool.
dude,
no, it's a pleasure.
Awesome.
And we love doing stuff like this. And if you ever need anything else, we're always here.
Oh yeah. Your mystery boxes. When and if are you going to start doing them?
Yeah, we're
Black
trying.
Friday,
We're trying for Black Friday. Well, he's mentioning specifically the autograph mystery boxes. We try to do those once a year.
Mm-hmm.
But usually we have guests at our show do signings. We have. When we go to other Comic Cons, we get stuff signed and we do signings. Because of no shows this year, it's been a lot harder.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of guests do in-store appearances, and we've been doing a lot of private signings with people.
Yeah.
So right now, we have a few that we just mailed out, or we have to go see the person. And
Okay.
so we're trying really hard to get everything together. If we can get enough of them together, we're going to shoot for Black Friday. That's the plan right now.
That's awesome.
Things can change, but hopefully sometime by the end of the year we'll have something. But that's the target.
Very cool.
Cool.
All right, guys. So we're gonna head back over to my studio where I normally set up. But thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Undiscovered Realms. That was so much fun. That was awesome. And guys, trust me when I tell you, you want to shop there. You do. Go online. If you're in New York, I don't care if you're up in Dutchess. If you're down in Brooklyn, Manhattan, believe me when I tell you, you want to come and check out that store. It is awesome. You won't regret it. If you're new to collecting Funko Pops, you go there. I promise you, you'll walk in there. I'm just going to buy 1 or 2 or maybe 3. You are going to come out with bags of Pops. I've done it. I went in there a couple times, and I'm just going to buy 1 or 2. And I ended up coming out with the crap load of Pops. Alright, one year I went and I was just going to buy a couple. And I kid you not, and if they're watching this, one of the guys, he's going to remember this. I ended up getting, I think it was like $400 or $500 worth of Pops. My mother was with me. She had to help me carry this is back when we were allowed to have plastic bags. She had to help me carry the bags to the car. I had so many. And actually, if you see over here, before I did that, I only had like that many going, like maybe from there, like just this. I ended up knocking out, it was like almost all of the Lord of the Rings, a whole bunch of other ones. I ended up going 2 rows across, and then up there. It was awesome. And I know I'll be doing it again because it's Funko. There's so many I want. Alright guys, so now we're going to do the comic book rundown. of comics that came out, and then there we go. All right, Detective Comics, book number 1028. The Flash, number 763. The Amazing Spider-Man, number 50. Wonder Woman, number 764. The Immortal Hulk, number 38. Avengers, number 37. New Mutants, number 13. Superman, number 26. Dark Knights, Death Metal, number 4. Strange Adventures, number 6. Captain America, number 24. Hellions, number 5, if I'm saying that one right. Cable, number 5. Star Wars, Darth Vader, number 6. Captain Marvel, number 22. Rorschach, I cannot pronounce this. This is from, what was that? Rorschach, Rorschach, book number 1. If I'm not mistaken, it's a superhero one. I can't think of the name. I'm sorry. When I figure it out, you know what? I'm gonna look it up, because Watchmen. There we go. From Watchmen. That's, I couldn't think of that. Alright. Justice League Odyssey, number 25. The Batman's Grave, number 11. Once in Future, number 12. The Green Lantern, Season 2, book number 8, or comic number 8. Hawkman, number 28. Batman and the Outsiders, number 17. Redneck, number 28. Lumberjanes, number 74. X of Swords, Handbook, number 1. Seven Secrets, number 3. Marvel Zombies, Resurrection, number 3. DC, The Doomed and the Damned, number 1. Sonic the Hedgehog, number 23. Red Mother, number 9. Usage, Yojimbo, number 13. Commanders in Crisis, number 1. Vampirilla, number 14. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Willow, number 4. Bloodshot, number 9. Warhammer 40,000, Marinus Calgar, there we go, number 1. We Live, number 1. Stealth, number 6. Bad Mother, number 3. Grendel, Kentucky, number 2. Bill and Ted Are Doomed, number 2. Vampire the Masquerade, number 3. If anyone reads Vampire the Masquerade, feel free to comment. Let me know if it's good. I've been on a vampire kick lately. I've been binge watching Vampire Diaries, and awesome show. If you like vampires, I'm hooked. So Vampire the Masquerade. Let me know if it's worth it. Vampirilla, from what I heard, people like it because the girl is supposedly she's hot and she was designed very nice. I've never seen it, so I don't know. But Vampirilla and Vampire the Masquerade. Let me know if either one is if it's worth picking up. Killing the Red Sonja, number 4. The Devil's Red Bride, number 1. True Believers, Black Widow, The Amazing Spider-Man, number 1. So it's True Believers, Black Widow, and Amazing Spider-Man, number 1. Bleed Them Dry, number 4. Dynamite, number 1. The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, National Anthem. Life is Strange, Partners in Time, number 1. Iron Maiden, Legacies of the Beast, number 4. Atlantis Wasn't Built for Tourists, number 2. True Believers, Black Widow, and the Amazing Adventures, number 1. The Vein, number 1. Dungeons and Dragons, Drizzt, 100-page giant, number 1. Big Hero 6, the series, number 3. Stargazers, number 2. Conspiracy, Planet X number 1. Elf Quest, Stargazers Hunt number 4. Vamp Blade, Season 4, number 50. That's another one, Vamp Blade. Let me know if anyone knows. Let me know if it's good. Gold Digger, number 276. Yasmin, number 3. Off-World Sci-Fi, double feature, number 4. Concrete Jungle, number 1. Off-World Sci-Fi, double feature, number... Oh, sorry, I put that twice, my bad. Hotline Miami, Wildlife, number 2. Common America, Volume 1, Stars and Strife, Volume 1, Book 1. Necromorphous, number 1. Villainous, number 1. Mutana, number 2, number 1. Carmen, number 1. We're almost done. 100 Wolves, number 2. Eternal Thirst of Dracula, Book 3, number 1. Razor Blades, The Horror Magazine, number 2. Miranda and the Maelstrom, number 1. Betty and Veronica, Best Friends, Jumbo Comic Digest, number 285. Holler, number 2. Red Sonjai, number 1. Chromative Printing. Into the Suck, number 5. That is a weird name for a comic. Artemis, number 3. Dead Divas, number 5. Barbie, number 15. I didn't know they still did Barbie comics. That's cool. Betty and Me, number 169. That's also the Archie Comics. The New Crew, number 5. And Vector, number 2. Alright, guys and girls. That is it for today. Alright. Sorry. Throat's a little dry. I'm awake, but not all there yet. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment, like, tell me if you don't like anything, let me know. Like, what do you like? What do you don't like? What is good? Should I change something? Should I do this? I don't take any of this personal. Alright? I actually appreciate the feedback. Constructive criticism, whatever you want to call it. You know, I want to keep making these better and better and better. So let me know how I can do that. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Now, the next video, so right after I end this, I'm going to be doing the unboxing. I got the new Elder Scrolls Loot Crate box, and I had to let the box dry the other day because I'm from New York, and the other day it was raining hard. And of course, the mailman decides, hey, you know what? I'm going to leave this in front of the door. No bag on it while it's raining. There we go. Yeah. Can't make this up. So, luckily, I was able to put my hand inside, and this is thick, and it didn't go through, which is nice. So, right after this video, I will be doing the unboxing for this, of course, with the big knife. And you're definitely going to want to check that out if you're a fan of Elder Scrolls, like I am. All things Elder Scrolls, you're going to love that. Alright, guys, so be safe. Stay nerdy, and always, always, always drink Monster. Alright. Have a good weekend.